We are back in the land of the hunter. It is a fairly calm day. Excuse me. The temperature is fairly normal for this time of year, about 50 degrees. There is a light wind blowing to the south and a heavy rain. In case you don't remember, a heavy rain imposes disadvantage on all hearing and seeing perception checks. Scent is apparently not affected, nor is touch. Currently, Adran, Thía, and Varin are running for it through normal terrain, as apparently one or two, probably lions, startled a herd of deer into a stampede, which Adran has had the misfortune of being caught in the middle of, while Thía and Varin are running for it as fast as they can. And I'll move us all to the appropriate map. There we go. I need to zoom out on my end. So, we are currently in a chase. I will go quickly over the chase rules before we jump in. During a chase, every participant can freely use the dash action a number of times equal to 3 plus its constitution modifier. We have little markers on our characters to indicate how many dash actions we have remaining. Varin has 4, Adran has 3, Thía has 2. Each additional dash action that you take during the chase after you've used up those free ones, you are subjected to a Constitution check at the end of your turn. If you fail, you gain 1 level of exhaustion. You drop out of the chase if your exhaustion reaches level 5, since your speed becomes 0. You can remove those levels of exhaustion gained during a chase, and this is chase specific, by finishing a short or long rest. At the end of your turn, you will roll a d20 to create a complication for the next person or creature involved in the chase. Is everyone groovy on that?
Yep.
Yes.
Excellent. In that case, let the chase begin.
Aha.
And I need to do this real quick to get all the tokens back on the tracker. There we go. Alright, so we did go through one entire round just to kind of get our feet wet with it, so to speak. And we will pick up... There we go. I just realized that I could put the turn order over the chat screen. Get it completely off the map. That's going to make my viewing a lot easier. Alright, so Varin is up next. Used my action last round to cast Longstrider on you both at 2nd level. Also, I forgot to mention that when the chase started, the deer were about 80 feet behind us. Thank you, Adran, for letting me know. And you are perfectly fine. Alright, so this turn, Adran is going to take the dash action. 20, 30... Actually, no, I'm not going to take the dash action yet, so I've moved my total movement. Yes, you're perfectly alright. To keep on coughing. I'm going to use my action instead of dashing to cast Longstrider at 1st level on myself. So I have now caught up to you, sir. Alright, Thía, here comes your complication. You get a 19, which, oh, that is no complication for you. It is now your turn. And if you don't recall, every square here is 10 feet of movement.
Okay, and as a reminder, we get a free dash or
So for that, you can use your action to dash, and of course you can also dash as a bonus action as a rogue.
Mhm.
Those are free in that they don't require any saving throw. Or sorry,
Okay.
any check.
Okay. Because 10, 20, 30, 40. Because I could get to here if I dash.
I don't see a ping, so I'm not sure where here is.
Here.
Oh, goodness, yes. The reason I couldn't see it was because it wasn't on my map. Yes, there is an area of water, brush, and stone ahead and to the north. Ahead and to the north. You could possibly make a break for it.
Yeah, I think what her ultimate track is to get where this rock is.
Send that ping again, please.
Right here.
Okay, I see it. Yes, you can go for it.
Okay.
Are you using an action to dash?
Yeah, she's using an action to dash.
Okay. Are you going to use your bonus action this turn?
Let's see. That's 10, 20, 30, 40. Nah.
Alright. Adran apparently has a comment. In the meantime, Thea, please roll a d20.
Okay, doc.
Alright, a 4. Do you mean, did you draw your sword last turn? I don't believe you did. Okay, you did not draw your sword. Earlier you did mention that you had your shield out, but as of yet there doesn't seem to be any sort of an attacker, so you did not draw out your sword. Alright, so Thea, you rolled up on number 4. A stream is currently blocking the path of the deer, and they need to make a strength or an athletics or a dexterity or an acrobatics check, their choice. And if they fail, then they take a movement cost of 10 feet of difficult terrain. They're gonna go with an acrobatics check. Yeah, they're deer. They bound rather effortlessly over the ground, and apparently didn't even notice the stream in their path. If that's all for you, Thea?
Yeah, I believe it is. That's kind of sad though, because it could have been helpful for you guys.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is now the deer's turn. Let me just make sure something here. Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. A lot more deer flood around that hill behind us. They did use their action to dash. Adran, you are going to get struck by 2 deer. Alright. Just as a result of being caught by them, please give me a dexterity saving throw to see if you are knocked prone. Okay, your feet slip and slide, but you are not knocked prone. You and I are both going to take... Oh, well that's interesting. You and I are both going to take 2 damage each, and you are knocked to the side. I think I just moved something wrong. Adran, move yourself 1 square to the south, please. And I will also give a dexterity saving throw for Varin to see if he gets knocked prone. He is not knocked prone. Alright, Thía, would you please roll a d20 for the deer to create a complication for Adran? 12. What does a 12 do for you, sir? Oh, no complication, Adran. It is now your turn, sir. And you can speak if you wish, or remain muted if you prefer, whichever you prefer. Just might be easier and quicker for you to talk. Ah. Cough, cough, indeed. Hack away, sir. So what would you like to do? That's fair. I almost imagine that Adran is catching mouthfuls of water and now also mud from the deer's thundering hooves, which is probably making him not deal with breathing too well. Are you going to attempt to fly to the north, or what do you think you're going to do? Or just keep heading straight on and try and get your way out of the rushing deer? Flow like a river. Try and navigate your way. Excuse me. Alright. Make your move, sir. That was your movement. You still have your dash movement. I believe. 20, 30, 40, yeah. Alright. That was 1 more of your dashes. Did you want to use your bonus action to cast Expeditious Retreat and try and get further? Alright. Go ahead and burn your spell slot. You gain another 40 feet of movement. I'm kind of curious if you have an idea of where you're trying to go. If you can, just go ahead and pick where you're trying to go and send me a ping. Ah, that boulder near the southern end of that lake. I see. Unfortunately for Varin, neither of those places are good options. Alright, Adran, please roll me a d20 for the next participant in the chase. When you're done typing your comment. Varin is not intending to follow you because that's not a good place for him to go. Thank you for the d20. An 8. Alright. Oh, you're fine. It's not for me. Remember, there are new participants in the chase. And they have to make a dexterity... Dexterity? Yes, dexterity saving throw. That is correct, and that one succeeds on its dexterity saving throw, and it is going to dash after its fleeing prey. Not quite catching up yet. Alright, so, Adran, please roll me another d20. Another 8. This is for the second lion. Unfortunately, it got a little too close to the herd and it wasn't quite ready to pounce, so it's actually going to get caught in the stampede of deer. Would one of you like to roll me a d4 of bludgeoning and a d4 of piercing? The ghost and the darkness? What is that from? Thía, would you please roll me 2d4? Thank you. That is 1 piercing and, fair enough, 2 bludgeoning for a total of 3 damage to the lion. Ouch. Teach it to hunt a herd of deer on its own. Alright. Now it's going to roll a d20 to create a complication for Varin, who is currently stuck with a bunch of deer. Oh, a natural 20, which creates no complications for Varin. Varin appreciates and approves, like the lion's care. Alright, top of the order. Varin's up, surrounded by deer, finally has a boost to his movement speed, so he is going to take the dash action. Ride the deer. They are unfortunately too small to be ridden by us. We would have to be small size to do that. Let's see, come on. Oops. 50 feet. Alright, so I dashed. That was one of my dashes. I am making for those rocks to the south of the lake that you're, or pond area that you're heading for, Adran. Varin is just rushing along, and for once, Adran, you're actually faster than me. Congratulations! All right. Ha, cough, ha, cough, ha, cough, as you keep choking on rainwater. The 17 creates no complications for Thía. Thía, it is now your turn, as the deer thunder along behind you.
Okay, so she'll go ahead and take a dash action to get here.
Alrighty. That was 90 feet for you, I believe.
It was 80,
80.
But I don't think I want to do the 90 currently.
Alright. I mean, you can if you want. It'll just get you one more square is all.
Yeah, might as well.
Alright. And please give me a dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
You very nearly catch yourself on some of the spiky vine that's hanging from the bush to your southeast, and twist aside as you gasp for breath just in the nick of time. Well done.
Thank you.
Indeed. Please give me a d20.
Sure.
A 15, I already know there's no complications. So it is now the deer's turn. Alright. They're going to use their final dash action. Boom! And they're right behind Varin.
Oh no!
Whoa! They're very close now!
They keep doing that.
Uh-huh.
You guys thought you were fast, and then you got chased by deer.
Yeah, they're very fast creatures. Thea, would you be so good as to roll me a d20, please?
Certainly.
Thank you. Let's see what
Wrong
complication...
thing.
Yes, that is a d2. Be gentle.
Sorry. There we go.
Hooray, a 4. Varin, immediately ahead of you, you see there is a kind of a shallow ravine blocking your path. Please give me either an athletics or acrobatics check to try and cross it. That was a good choice. You soar over it freely, and it is now your turn. So that was your action, or sorry, your movement. Are you going to use your action to dash? I assume yes. Bonus AC evade, I think you mean? Do you mean you're going to use your bonus action to dash? Because your spell only gives you the ability to dash, not evade or dodge. You could use your bonus action to dash and your action to evade dodge. All right, then you can move another 40 feet. That's the last of your free dashes. And you're going to take the dodge action. In which case, excellent, thank you. Please roll me a d20. Let's see what you can generate for the chasing lions. Seven. Huh. Interesting. This doesn't quite apply as written. I'm gonna say that they are, because as written it's supposed to be that they blunder into a hunter's snare. So I'm gonna say instead of that they have to make the lion has to make a saving throw against getting tangled in the overgrown grass.
Well, hunter's snare would affect a lion, also.
That, ironically, is a fail. The lion is caught and restrained.
Well, that's one down.
No food for you today, I assume. Let me see. Conditions. Restrained, speed becomes 0, so it's stuck. I'm gonna have it use its action to try and break free against the same DC. For this, I'm gonna give it athletics or acrobatics choice. Which for a lion, it's probably gonna go with acrobatics. Whoa, okay, yeah, it just kind of like rips its way free. Adran, you just like choking on all the rainwater. Thea, please roll me a d20 for the next lion's turn. A 13 is an automatic no problem, no complication. And it's going to use its action to dash towards the deer. Alrighty, and Thea, please roll me another d20. This time to create a complication for Varin. A 13. Oh, a 5. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
A 5. Varin's sudden spurt of speed throws up a clod of congealed mud, and Varin has to make a Constitution saving throw to avoid being blinded by it. Constitution. There we go. That is just enough. I catch it square in the middle of my forehead, but not across my eyes. Adran! What, Thía?
So, Adran was going so fast, he just left you in his mud.
Yep. Watch where you're going! I'm going to move. There we go. 50 feet. Come on. There we go. And then I'm going to use my action to dash. I feel like that's a fairly obvious choice. I have 2 more dashes remaining. And now, a d20 for you, Thía. 15 is no complication at all. It is now your turn. I'm going to say that if you get up on that rock, you are effectively out of the chase.
Okay, so I shall climb onto the rock.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you're using second story work for that.
Yep.
Excellent. In which case, you still have your action and bonus action remaining. With your position, there's no way for you to hide. You're too exposed on the top of that rock.
Not what she's going to do. She's going to aim at this deer right here and shoot.
One right there. Let me... Give me
This
that
one
ping
right.
one more time, please. Okay, yeah, that is definitely in your range. And you have a sharpshooter, so you ignore everything but total cover. Go ahead and give me the shot.
Okay, and I assume it's at normal because, you know, they're expecting danger everywhere.
Yeah, your shot's going to be at normal.
So, here's that.
A 25 is definitely going to hit. Hang on a second.
Oh, I should have used sharpshooter.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now I can get to its hit points. It doesn't really matter. Your arrow takes it right in the throat and it drops like a stone.
I'm hoping it'll be an impediment for those behind it.
Fair enough. You are no longer a participant in the chase, but you will remain in the initiative order, so you don't get to roll a d20 for the deer anymore.
Okay.
Speaking of, it's the deer's turn. I need to zoom out because there's
Does
just
that
so
mean
many
that
of them.
no d20s are rolled for complications for me?
Yeah, there's no more complications for you because you're no longer a participant in the chase.
Okay.
Because you're not running anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
And this boulder is like 30 feet from the ground up.
Yeah.
The deer are not going to be chasing you up the rock. Conceivably, it's a good place to hide from lions as well, but... Alrighty. All you deer. By the way, to make this a deadly encounter, this is 180 deer.
Well, it's a good thing they all share the same initiative.
Right? Come on. There we go. They've already used all their dash actions, so they can only... I just read both your messages, Adran. Okay, you know what? Take an inspiration point, sir. They've used their actions already to dash. Or sorry, they've used their free actions. But there are lions behind them, so they are going to make a Constitution check. They succeed. They are going to dash. Incoming. Because they do not want to be caught by their predators.
I wonder why.
Right? Yee! Alright. Thea, would you please roll a d20 for Adran in place of the deer? It can be awfully hard to roll a d20 with those hooves. Adran, a 19 results in no complications, sir. It is now your turn. Yeah, Thea, for your hope and your effort, unfortunately, it just like the deer goes down, and the deer almost immediately behind it just kind of like skirted around.
Well, I was hoping it at least put a partial movement so that you guys might have a little bit of a
Breathing room.
reprieve. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to take something a little bit more severe than that. They are deer. Adran, you're moving. Did you want to use your bonus action to dash, sir? Alright, give me a constitution check. This is a check, not a saving throw. So when you look at your character sheet, you'll go over to the far left where your ability scores are. And your constitution, where it shows the big 1 and the 13 underneath it, you'll click on the word constitution. Thank you. That is a fail. You take 1 level of exhaustion, which results in you have a disadvantage on ability checks. Alright, you may now use your bonus action to dash, sir. Pushing yourself a little hard there. Excellent. Was that your movement? Yeah, that water just going down your throat is not helping things. Did you want to use your action to dash as well? Alright, then give me another check. Constitution check. That is a success. You do not take another level of exhaustion. You may move yourself another 40 feet, sir. Well done. And then when you're ready, a d20 for a complication for the next participant. 16 results in no complication. The particular lion is now quite a distance behind, thanks to having been caught briefly. So it's going to use its action to dash. Alright, either one of you, please give me another d20 to create a complication for the next lion. 9. There we go. Oh, has to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid rushing over a patch of thorny vines. Which it passes with surprising ease. It's going to use its action to dash. And there we go. Thea, you see the lean form of a hungry-looking lioness come rushing into view, excitedly and eagerly giving chase to the fleeing deer. Alright, one of you want to roll a d20 to create a complication, if any, for Varin. Thank you, sir. A 7. Oh dear, there's a patch of grass that looks especially tangled. Varin has to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid being caught in it. As I look for my character sheet.
That must be slightly embarrassing.
If I get caught, yes. However, with a 23, I leap clean over it. You knew what? Ah, fair enough. I'm going to use my action to dash. Naturally. Whew. I have 1 dash remaining. Alright, so... how am I going to do this? So Thea, your turn is going to come up next. I'm going to go ahead and roll a d20. It's for the deer, not for you.
Okay.
Okay, well, I was going to hold off what it was going to be until their turn, but a 17 is an automatic, no complication. Alright, Thea, it is your turn. You can give me an animal handling check. Ooh. You've not seen a herd this size in this kind of stampede before, but you do get a flash of instinctive knowledge that the deer are going to split their herd, some wheeling one way, some wheeling another, trying to avoid leaving the majority of their kind open to lion eating.
Okay.
What you do with that knowledge is up to you.
She'll probably shout out they're going to split. I don't know how, but they're going to split. And then she'll go ahead and take a shot at the lion.
Alright, go ahead and give me the attack. You won't be able to gain advantage, but that is definitely going to hit. 21 to hit for 8 piercing damage. It slices across the lioness's left shoulder, leaving a red furrow in its fur, and it roars in hideous pain. Alright, the deer received no complication. It is now their turn. So this half is going to dash forward. Goodness. And they need to make a constitution check. There we go. That is a fail. The deer have disadvantage on ability checks as they take 1 level of exhaustion. Adran, would you do me a favor and keep track for me of what levels of exhaustion the deer are at? Appreciate it, sir. Thank you. And this part of the herd is going to, if I can get it to, there we go. There, it's moving to the northwards as the herd splits up, trying to leave, well, not to put it lightly, but trying to leave the weakest and slowest to the predations of the lionesses behind them. Somehow I rolled a D120. Not sure how I did that.
Well, you added a 1.
Actually, I think I somehow put the one after the D instead of in front of the D. All right, so no complications for you, sir. Adran, it is now your turn. As he puts his mind hard to work. bonus dash. Give me a Constitution check, sir, with disadvantage because you are making an ability check. A 7 is a second fail. You now have 2 levels of exhaustion. Your speed is now halved, and you have disadvantage on ability checks. So your speed of 40 is now 20, so you can move 40 with your bonus action dash. Did you complete your movement? I glanced away and didn't notice. 40 feet? Yes, you did. Thank you. Yours, he says. Alright, sir. A d20. I beg your pardon. Did you want to use your action to dash as well? I'm almost there. The water is really hindering you, sir. Alright, give me another Constitution check at disadvantage. A 3. Oh no! Alright, you are now at level 3 exhaustion. You have disadvantage on ability checks. Your speed is halved. You have disadvantage now on attack rolls and saving throws. You may now move another 20 feet, sir. You are so close to that boulder. It lies just right outside your grasp. It is similar in height to the boulder Thía is on, somewhere around 30 feet up. It's hard to get an exact measurement right now. And when you're ready, a d20 please. Just too much rainwater down the throat, eh? A d20 to create a complication for the lion whenever you're ready. A 3. Thank you, sir. It is going to go rushing through a swarm of insects stirred up by the stampede and the lion and all the noise. So it's going to... Adran hacking and coughing in the rain, trying desperately to gain safety. Alright, the swarm of insects makes an attack of opportunity, getting a nat 20. Ow! Against the lion.
Some very effective swarm.
Apparently. So the lion's going to... Oh my goodness! The lion takes...
That's almost max damage.
From running through a swarm of insects.
I salute you, swarm. I salute you.
Thía, you actually happen to see this as the lioness goes barreling into the horde of insects. They must have been wasps, is your only guess, because the lioness suddenly goes down. Taken out by the swarm of insects.
Nice teamwork, swarm. Nice teamwork.
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually kind of terrifying. Good grief.
Yeah.
Alright then. Adran, another d20 please. For the second lioness. An 18 is no complication.
The one that's actually alive.
Right? It's going to use its final action to dash. Come on. There we go. Or final action. It's going to use its final dash action. There we go. Thía, you notice that it comes to a skidding halt right next to the deer that you slew, and starts tearing rather ravenously into the flesh.
Aw, that's cute. Sort of.
Congratulations, you successfully fed a lioness. And then a complication for Varin. 13 is an automatic no complication. Safety! So close! So far! Oh no! I'm going to use my final free dash action. Keep running. Yes, indeed. And that's too far. There we go. Alright. There is no complication for you, Thía, but I'm still going to roll d20 for when the deer. It's the deer's turn. 15, no complication. Thía, what would you like to do? You can give me another animal handling check, by the way.
Okay.
14, not quite enough. Not what I was looking for. What would you like to do?
I guess she'll just wait this turn out.
Okay. Fair enough. The deer are going to dash again. Constitution, there it is. Oh, with disadvantage, my bad. Let's do that again. And go with the lower two. That is a fail.
So it's 2 levels of exhaustion?
Yes. So now they are moving at half speed, I believe. As Adran is my apparent example. Wah, wah, wah. Yes, they are now level 2 exhaustion. Thank you, sir. Thank you both, indeed. Pardon me. Come on. The problem with these mass numbers of creatures is that it becomes a huge tax on the system to actually move them around. So yeah, it seems like they are veering between the two lakes, the lake that you're sheltering near and the one that Adran's heading towards. Alright. So yeah, please roll me a d20 for a complication for Adran. 17, no complication. Adran, the boulder is ahead of you. No peas, indeed. The boulder is ahead of you. It is roughly 30 feet up. You currently have a movement speed of 20, and climbing for you is equivalent to difficult terrain. So you can get about 10 feet up the boulder. If you dash, then you can climb another 10 feet. What would you like to do, sir? Go the distance. Give me a constitution check at disadvantage. Starts scrabbling up the wall. 3. Oh no!
Oh no!
You are now at level 4 exhaustion. You have disadvantage on ability checks. Your speed is halved. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, and your hit point maximum is halved. So you currently have a maximum of 68. You now have a hit point maximum of 34, and your hit points are reduced to match. Reflecting as well the 2 points of damage you took earlier.
You'll want to be careful because you can die of exhaustion.
Oops. So, you are, let's see, 20 feet up the rock. Did you want to dash again and attempt to reach the top of the rock? I'm wanting a short rest. I don't blame you. Recall that you do have an inspiration point. You can use that to gain advantage and cancel out the disadvantage on your constitution check. As well as you also have Indomitable. So would you like to attempt to climb to the top of the rock or stay where you are? Alright, give me a Constitution check. Would you like to use your inspiration point? Alright, then Constitution check at normal. That is a fail. Would you like to use Indomitable to reroll that tail? Alright, use Indomitable and give me a Constitution check, but now at disadvantage because you used your inspiration point. Oh no! Constitution check at disadvantage. There it is. A nat 20. You gain the top of the boulder.
It was meant to be.
With 4 levels of exhaustion.
With the last bit of your strength, you rest yourself on top.
You have gained your point, sir. The boulder just became your new favorite terrain. Seba, help me. With a desperate cry of faith, it does seem that Seba grants you that one extra chance you needed, and you clamber and drop exhausted to the top. Coincidentally, in order to do this, you would have had to leave your shield behind, so your shield is on the ground. Technically, you should have actually used your action to take the shield off in order to climb, but I'll be nice. If you will sacrifice action surge, I will be nice and consider you as having... I'm going to have you burn your action surge, and your shield is currently on the ground but 30 feet below you. I appreciate your willingness to play along. Alright. Adran, please roll me a d20. Actually, you know what? Hold on. So, with the lion now eating that final deer, that deer that you dropped, Thea. The lion has technically dropped out of the race, or sorry, the chase, and also has exited initiative order since it has gained what it wanted. However, Varin is still in a chase with the deer. Adran, please roll a d20 for Varin. A 3. Oh no. Varin runs through into a swarm of insects.
Well, hopefully they're not as bitey as the other ones.
They get an attack of opportunity against Varin. A 16 is not enough to defeat my armor class. Woohoo!
Yay.
Varin, seeing the cloud of insects rising ahead of him, drops into a low slide and skids along the mud-soaked grass underneath the cloud. Let's see, how far to the base of the boulder? Actually, you know what? I just realized something. Varin has been running towards the boulder this whole time, and just now thought of the fact it's raining. Water. So instead of dashing
and air.
Instead of going towards that rock, Varin utters a "Ah!" and is going to skirt it. Come on. No, that's too far. 50 feet. Varin is going to make a Constitution check in order to dash. Constitution, there it is. Woohoo! I do not take a level of exhaustion.
That's good.
30 and then 20 more. Come on. There we go. So Varin is still very much in the chase. Because he cannot take shelter on the boulder. Alright. Thea, it is your turn. What would you like to do? You can see from your position that Adran dropped his shield, barely managed to climb to the top of the boulder, and has just dropped flat to the earth after uttering his cry to Seba. Keep running Lightfoot. I believe it's actually L-I-G-H-T. Thea, what would you like to do?
I don't know that there's any way I can really help, so I'll just pass.
Fair enough. Please roll a d20 for the deer.
Okay.
Yes, indeed, sir. A 6. Excuse me. 6. There is a low drop in the earth that catches them by surprise, so they have to make a dexterity saving throw to navigate the unexpected impediment. Dexterity saving throw. They actually fail. So the entire herd drops. 24 times 5. They drop 10 feet, taking a collective 1d6 of bludgeoning damage. So they all... I'm not going to edit every single token of 180 deer to reflect the fact that they took 5 points of damage. Mostly because that kills them all.
Oh dear.
So the deer just run into each other. Okay, I'm not going to say it kills all 180 deer, the front runners. Is that for me, sir?
I already have one.
Thea already has an inspiration point, but I'm sure she appreciates it.
Thank you.
So I'm going to say that the front runners are the ones that die, because it doesn't make sense to me that all 180 deer are going to take that. So map layer for all of you. There we go. And now they will make a Constitution check. That is a failure. Adran, you are correct. They are now at level 3 exhaustion. Thank you, sir. So, speed is currently halved, so they can only go about 50 feet on a turn. They are, Thea, you notice that the deer are starting to slow down, sensing that the lions are no longer chasing them. But still not exactly willing to remain in the area.
Well, you know, they're kind of running out of steam and...
Yeah, and they just lost a bunch of their herd due to a fall of all things.
It has to be embarrassing for whoever saw it, like, oh dear, Fred just tripped.
As they go splashing through the water. So that was them. Adran, anything that you want to do, sir? Watch your step, indeed. Anything for your turn, sir? You are currently on top of the boulder. Just stay there on your back and breathe as the rain falls on your face. Alright, please roll me a d20, as Varin is still in the chase. In and out, just breathe. Swallow the rainwater, you're okay. A 3. Oh no. That's another swarm of insects for... Oh no, insects don't like me very much, apparently.
They're just really upset. Just really upset.
Indeed. Varin manages to slip between, in a brief interruption in the cloud of swarming insects, and manages to get away from them. Right? Varin is going to make a Constitution saving throw and do another dash. Wow! He's fine.
Yeah?
Quite so. And he is going to... Let's see, can he actually gain the top of the hill? Huh! Varin gains the top of the hill. Just runs straight up the hill, almost like it wasn't even there. Alright, so I'm going to say at this point we have the three of us have now reached safety points, so we're no longer in the chase. The deer continue at a much slower, more sedate pace, but they continue
Oh,
until
and
they are
there's
no longer in
tenderized
sight.
meat.
Sorry, say that again?
There's tenderized deer meat out there.
Indeed. So, we can take a short rest where we are, or we can attempt to move on before we take a short rest.
We might want to move on just in case we're too close to rocks for Varin.
Well, no elementals are triggered. He was able to skirt that boulder in time, if only just.
That, or we could take a short rest and then meet up together on top of the hill where Varin is.
True. Yeah, Adrian's got a point. Need rest. Adrian, you do have Whisper, yes? The cantrip Whisper? I think it's a cantrip.
And you're perfectly in between us.
Well, it's more a question of, are we in his range? Jeez.
I think I am.
Yes, but no. Gonna do this 120 feet. I'm gonna slap an aura on you, sir. To see if either of us. No talking. So we are completely outside his range of whisper of message. Excuse
Oh
me.
yeah, that's right. It's 10 feet per square. I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine. Adrian does not seem to be stirring. Thea, you can give me an insight check. You can pretty well guess that Adrian has no intention of moving until he's had a chance to catch his breath.
I think Thea's just gonna wait to make sure that the lion actually leaves.
With a 25 insight, Varin's like, yeah, I think Adrian just wants to rest, and I'm not drawing near him as long as he's near the stone or water and air. I don't think that would be helpful to his intention to rest. So yes, we pass a short rest. The lion does seem sated, I think is the correct word there, with its meal. And there's, besides which, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 further deer corpses. So we can take a short rest. That eliminates all of your levels of exhaustion, sir. Which means your hit points go back up to normal. Which is 66 and 68. Whoops. 68, not 683. Long Strider goes away on all of us because a short rest is 1 hour. You do recover your action surge, sir. Do you recover Indomitable, or is that long rest only? Long rest only. So you recover action surge and all of your hit points. You can't, if you wanted to, Adrian, you could also have spent your second wind before taking a short rest to recover your hit points.
And then you'll get it back after the short rest.
Correct. Alright, go ahead and roll it. That was, from my perspective, okay, that's 18. You're definitely up to full hit points. From my perspective, that was quite entertaining. What were your thoughts?
It was something different.
Right? Thea, I gotta take Long Strider off of you and myself as well. You didn't take any levels of exhaustion. Way to go.
I thought that rock right there was like the closest thing to get to.
I hope it was entertaining for you then.
Yeah.
Alright, so with a short rest past, it is now 1 in the afternoon. Adrian, you finally catch your breath. Oh yes, and Expeditious Retreat has also expired, so I will take that concentration token off of you. There you go. And we will return to our travel map. I am aware of the time, so what we will do is we will just move our travel token the appropriate spaces to reach our end of travel range, if you will.
Okay.
We'll take yes, we are still heading towards the totem pole. We've only spent half the day so far before we ran into a deer stampede. So we have two more hexes to go before we take a long rest, and Varin can finally get up to his full normal hit points. That'll be nice. So we'll move 2 more hexes. And then we, the players, will take a 10-minute break. Sound good?
Mhm.
All right. So there, and then there. All right. I'm going to pause recording. Excellent. Following the heart-pounding chase and the necessary short rest afterwards for Adran, we, with some finagling, managed to get Varin around all the stone and water and air, keeping him to just the air and water, collect Adran's rather exhausted body, and continue northwards, working our way through various low valleys, narrow ravines between the hills, contending with the constant downpour and, resulting streams. Hi-ho, indeed we go. We're getting close to the end of the traveling day. Excuse me. We're looking for a safe place to camp and rest, especially since we don't want to rest near stone, water, and air. We are currently traveling between 2 very tall hills. They're not super steep, but they're not exactly, shallow or gentle slopes either. There is a stream to our east that is running southwards while we're heading north. Adran, you know from various considerations of the map that we're actually not too far away from the camp of staked enemies where we encountered the Cyclops trap, which Varin is still wearing the eyeball of it, where we left our enemies on stakes to show further enemies the dangers of trying to pursue us further.
Not
But
that they took that warning.
They did not take that warning, and by the way, Adran, that was actually kind of funny, so take an inspiration point. We're also not too far away, about half a day's journey with Varin, from where we fought and slew that 3rd camp of hobgoblins. Basically, we're not too far away from where we started to go find the artifact that Varin's now carrying. Ahead of us down the, or rather up the slope, in the valley that we're in, we do see that there are rocks ahead down here in this ravine. I'm going to go ahead and move us to the correct map. Gradually filling in. Sorry, my system's having a slow load. And I forgot to correct the settings here. Just give me 1 second. Because it's getting towards evening now. Okay. So as you can see, there is the river to our, the stream river. It's not exactly flowing gently. It's actually flowing pretty fast given all the rain to our east. And ahead we can just see a rock, a rather large boulder next to the stream. If Varin continues on, we'll probably have an encounter with elementals. Seeing as how we're tired, Varin kind of rubs his chin, looks around, points up the hill. I can go up that way and just go up the hill and further along while you travel in this valley if you want, or we can all go up the hill. I don't fancy encountering, elementals at this point in time. Adran? What do you think's best? Also, to clarify, Adran, you no longer have any points of exhaustion. You should have your action surge and your second wind fully recharged. You're saying if Varin goes up the hill, then we all go up? Okay. And also, Thía, you would not have been able to recover your arrow, seeing as how the lion was still enjoying the body the arrow was in.
Okay.
Okay. So we're all going to go up the hill to the west, I believe.
I think that's the decision we came to, yes.
Fair. Excuse me. I think you meant S-I-C. Also, the dark green... Of course, sir. The dark green terrain that we're currently in is difficult terrain. And I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. So Varin will turn and head up the hill. And you two can move up as well. What are you thinking of? So this hill... Oh, I forgot to move the other map. So the hill we're kind of on the first layer of it. There's another layer of it higher up. And then there's a top layer up here that we can't see the crown of. Do we want to continue up or go along this way?
Why don't we have someone scout what's up on top of the hill and then make a decision? And by someone, I mean, like, either Adran or Thía, just in case. There's rocks up there.
I was literally about to say I can do it, and then you made that comment. And that's a fair point. Thía, you are a scout.
Alright, so she'll go ahead and head up.
Alright, if you would please put your token right here.
Here?
I'm gonna grab you 1 second. There.
Okay.
Alright, so you get to there, and you immediately get kind of like a tingly sensation, almost like the side of your body is going numb, where your short sword is sheathed.
Oh no, that's not good.
And you can all roll for initiative. Wow, Thía, nat 20 initiative.
Hey, she
Well,
takes her sword very seriously.
and no kidding. Like that's like you just say, "Oh no," and Varin's like, "What? Did you slip and fall in the mud?" All right, so I gotta move this over because Varin is briefly distracted with the rain and the cold and isn't thinking about the fact that Thía does have that wonderful weapon of warning. Thía, there is definitely danger on top of the hill. What it is, you don't know, but you can hear it's kind of like scrabbly hands, desperate, rapid panting. It's not even panting because there's not the sound of breath so much as what would you like to do?
Hide.
If you like, you can use your bonus action to hide, and then ready your action to attack the first enemy you see.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, that's a wonderful stealth check.
And she'll move down just a bit.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
it is
basically,
still
you guys.
heavily raining.
So basically, you guys hear, "Oh no," and then she disappears.
Correct. That is, excuse me, fair. Sorry, give me a second. So yes, it is still raining. It is heavy rain, so that is disadvantage on sight and hearing perception checks. Indeed. Coincidentally, Thea, heavy rain also means that you can hide in the rain. So you don't have to be in difficult terrain if you wish to hide. Or sorry, you don't have to be in the tall, thick grass in order to hide. You can just be in the heavy rain. Isn't that lucky for you? Okay, so Thea hides, readies an action to attack. Indeed. Okay, well, I'm not sure how that happened. Somehow, I hit the button to advance initiative once, and it skipped a turn. I don't know how that happened. So, anyways, first thing that happens is, off the top of the hill above, a flock of ravens appears. Where are you? There you are. Shrieking and cawing. Let's see, 50 feet. They descend towards Varin. Swarm. And go on the attack against me. With a 22, they're going to hit and deal Varin 6 points of damage. Ow.
Can I go ahead and attack them then?
You absolutely may.
Okay.
With advantage and sneak attack. This is going to be unkind. This is very unkind. You do hit with 25 hit points. So technically, that happens like right as they come into your view. So technically speaking, they didn't even get the chance to hurt Varin because you killed them. Your arrow like slams right into the midst of them, and you must have struck like maybe the leading crow or something, because the entire swarm scatters away at that shot. So Varin does not take 6 damage. Thank you, Thea.
You're welcome.
But that does mean that you are now revealed.
Well, consequences.
Consequences indeed. All right. Excuse me. The shuffling noise, the scrabbly, hurried noise that you were hearing, makes itself evident. Where are you? Hang on. There you are. As a lumbering form appears over the edge of the hill and comes rapidly down. So that's 20, 30, and then dashing. Screaming at your face in a language you don't understand. Adran and Varin hear as it heads toward you with slavering jaws. That was its action. Where is this one? There you are. 20, 30, dashing. There. Adran mutters, I think I just peed a little. I need to clean my armor. As another of these shrieking, hideous bodies come rushing over the hilltop, screaming in desperate, naked lust for feeding on meat. Adran, it is your turn. Now, I'm going to assume that you were traveling with your shield in hand because I forgot to ask after the break. Sanguine Ignite, you're just going immediately for fire damage, eh? Alright, so you are going to spend a spell slot. I'm assuming you're going to use your bonus action to summon the hilt to your hand. would that be fair? Okay, so you use your bonus action to summon the sword to your hand, your action to spend a spell slot, and ignite the blade. Excuse me. Which means your sword now basically acts like it's a torch. And since it's magical, it is not immediately put out by the rain. That's handy. Alright, and then you get to move. That's 10 feet of movement right there. Why do I get the feeling you're about to action surge? Yep. Burn your action surge, and you get to make 2 attacks, sir. Which one are you attacking? The one facing Varin? I assume so, since it's the only one in your reach. Okay, a 22 to hit certainly hits for 6 fire damage. Nice. And your extra attack, sir. That is also going to hit for another 6 damage. Well done. Alright, that was your action, movement, bonus action. I believe that is it for you. So, unless you wanted to move anywhere else, because I think you only moved 2 squares. You can have 1 more square of movement if you wish. Okay. Fair enough. In which case, it's now this guy's turn. 15. So that becomes 30, 40. Where does he want to go? Another of these hideous looking creatures comes dashing down the hillside, trying to get to Varin. Whoever wants to can give me a perception check at disadvantage. Whoever wants to. So if you want to, you may. Thea, you make it. Adran, did you want to give a perception check? If you don't want to, you don't have to. At disadvantage, so just do it one more time. We'll go with the lower of the 2. Thank you. All 3 of us noticed that the undead body, this one, it came over the edge of the hill, took a moment to look at us, and noting Adran's rather impressive armor, made a deliberate choice to not directly approach Adran. It shows uncommonly good intelligence for an undead being, and it spends its action to dash to get to me. Isn't that reassuring? Intelligent undead. And this one's going to dash to here. Alright, so... And it is now finally Varin's turn. You know, I'm really starting to get annoyed with these things. Varin is going to slide his silvered short sword out and attack the one that Adran just wounded so well. Attacking it. Yeah, that's gonna hit. Colossus Slayer. That becomes 10 points of damage. Oh, wrong layer. There we go. Hey Adran, good job wounding this one. As I lop its head off. Eat that. And then I'm going to... Do I dare run? I'm going to chance one more attack against the undead creature to the north of me. A 12 is a glancing blow for half damage. And then I'm going to head back down towards the river. I will trigger an attack of opportunity, but I want to use my bow. And that I also remember just how pleasant it was to go to melee fisticuffs with undead. That didn't work out so well for me last time. So it's going to slash at me, gets a 7, and misses. Woo. All right. Where are you? There you are. Another body appears at the top of the hill, striding slowly over the edge towards us. Its cold, cataract-filled eyes glaring at us. And it says something that, Thea, you don't understand what it says. Adran, you and Varin both hear this. It speaks in Goblin, and as it lays eyes upon Thea, it says in Goblin, "I've found you at last." Top of the order.
Okay, so she's going to use her bonus to disengage.
You can. May I offer a counter suggestion? You could use your bonus action to hide and still move away without triggering attacks of opportunity. The only thing is, there's a chance for failure if you do that.
Well, that's why I figured I'd take the bonus to disengage and action to hide.
Fair enough.
So, she'll go ahead and do that. And let's see. Let's go ahead and stealth.
Oh dear. It's a good thing you chose to bonus action disengage. Now,
right.
To be fair, it's heavy rain, so their perception checks are at disadvantage. So it's quite possible that you're hidden anyways.
Well, that, and if you figure, I got a 13 worth in that one, so...
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Kind of impressive.
Some people's perception isn't that good.
That's true.
So, yeah.
Thea, what is your passive perception?
Passive perception is 15.
Okay, with disadvantage that becomes a 10. I'm gonna say that's not enough. Alright, so that was your action, your bonus action, and your movement, yes?
Yes.
Excellent, good job. Alrighty, next up, excuse me. Enraged and at the fact that its meal apparently just vanished in front of it, it's going to go for the next most available looking meal. And Adran, you see claws coming at your face. I get a 6 to hit you. Your armor class is indeed 25. Yeah, I'm only off by like 19. It slips and slides in the mud and doesn't even come close to tapping your shield. So you can imagine, not terribly useful. Excuse me. It spits in your face, gibbering madly with ravenous, insane hunger just burning in its undead eyes as it screams back at you, "Meat!" in Goblin. Adran, it is your turn, sir. Again, you don't know what a breath mint is. We have no concept for what a breath mint is. Going for the one to your south?
It could always have meant you need to choose some mint.
True. Some, mint. Breath. 14 to the one to your south is a hit for 9 fire damage. And your extra attack against the same creature, I assume? Excellent. So 26 is for sure gonna hit. It staggers back from the force of your blow and the fury of the fire from Sanguine nonetheless. Anything else for you, sir? Do you want to move anywhere or hold your ground? Stay put. Fair enough. Okay. The intelligent-seeming one that came after Varin snorts and is going to move away, giving chase to Varin, using his action to dash. It doesn't seem he's terribly willing to let me get away. Gulp. And Adran, the one that just left, you hear it as it passes by you.
You seem nervous, elf. Let me taste you. I want to eat your toes.
Speaking in Goblin. Alright. So that was its turn. Agreed. Alright. This one. Where is this guy? The undead to your south, sir, that you just stabbed and burned. Is that what Adrian's actually saying? Just ew, 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 ew. Apparently you have an issue with toes. It is going to scrabble for your shoulder, seeing you defend yourself, and also limping from the pit. And it gets a crit. Good grief! Fortunately, you are an elf, so you don't have to make a saving throw against being paralyzed. However, you are going to take 11 slashing damage. Good thing you don't have to worry about being paralyzed. So that was its turn. You hear Varin... Thía, you and Adran both hear Varin shout, "There is a very large spider to the north of us!" And it's going to come scrabbling forwards. Lucky, indeed a lucky shot. 20. And it's going to dash. I'm feeling a little crowded here. Haunting. Are you remembering a certain spider-esque creature in the underground that we had to deal with? Fair enough. Alright, Varin is not going to disengage. He is just going to start running north west. 35 feet. That's going to trigger 2 attacks of opportunity. A 13 misses. A 20, where is it? 21 is gonna hit Varin for 10 damage. Ow. And I have to make a Constitution saving throw against being poisoned. I'm having real issues with poison, apparently. However, I don't take the full damage. I'm going to take... Wait, no, I don't take the full 10 damage. Hold on. Give me back the 10. Alright, so I take 3 piercing damage, which goes into my temporary hit points. And I'm going to take half of the poison damage, which is another 3. Again, into my temporary hit points. And... I know, right? Thank goodness that the mummy rod curse got lifted. Alright. So that giant spider definitely hit me. Didn't hurt me. Well, yeah, it hurt, but just not in my temporary hit points. Now, I am going to touch a component pouch on my... touch one of the pouches on my component belt. And angrily mutter, "Watch your step." Spell effects. There you are. Okay. And I cast Spike Growth. So now I'm concentrating. Come on, silly mouse. And spend a spell slot. Come chasing after me this time. Oh, and I did drop my short sword behind in order to do that, so... Thía. 30. This creature dashes right to you, its eyes locked on you the entire way. But took its action to dash. Alright, Thía, top of the order. It is to you.
Dodge and hide.
Okay, go ahead and give me the stealth check. Slay it. Whoa! Another net 20! Alright, so you are very well hidden in the rain and grass. You're getting really good at that nat 20, kind of like in the pinch of the moment kind of thing.
So I can make it here.
Correct.
With my movement.
And you are also dodging. Please remember that for me.
Okay.
Alright. Beautiful. By the way, I hope you'll notice there is now a marker indicating where my short sword is.
Okay.
Alright. This undead. Howling and gibbering and demanding to be fed upon your flesh. It's going to claw at you, Adran. Getting a 7. I assume that misses. It is now your turn, sir. Alright, Adran, it is now your turn as you stick your tongue out and blow raspberries at an undead monster. The one to your west, go for the attack, sir. A 14 is going to hit. Alright, for 6 fire damage. And your extra attack, sir. A 14 is also going to hit for another 10 fire damage. Nice. Anywhere you want to move? You did use your action surge before, yes. You could use your bonus action to second wind. Are you going to do that? I assume yes. There it is. 18 hit points. By the way, did you take a garlic bean earlier, like at the start of the day? Because I don't remember. I mean, that was last week that we were playing at the beginning of the day.
I think we all did.
No, he did not. Very well. So you recover 18 hit points. That is going to more than abundantly heal you. You are back up to full hit points, sir. You completely undid my natural 20. How dare you? I'm hurt. Alright, no movement for you, sir. You're going to hold your ground. Alright. That's the end of your turn.
What's the matter? You don't want me to eat your toes. Maybe your nose. Maybe your eyes. In either way, feed me.
That is 3 squares. Adran, please roll me 6d4. As this undead turns and starts following after me, taking 16 points of piercing damage. Thank you, spike growth. Well, that hurt it. And it dashes. Adran, another 6d4, please. No way. Another 20 points. And it dies at my feet.
Instead of eating them.
Indeed. You both just kind of hear Varin give a exactly noise. Alright, so that died rather abruptly. This one right south of you, sir, is going to attack you again with its claws. Seeing as how that worked out so well for it last time, it is disappointed to not get a piece of your flesh this time, with a 17 to hit. Indeed. Seeing meat much closer, please roll me. Oh goodness, never mind. Hold on. Put that back. Please roll me 6d4, sir. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured would happen. The giant-sized spider that's nearly on the same scale as us starts crawling towards your back, Adran, and flops over dead. Caught within the death zone of spike growth. Oh look, it's my turn. I'm going to cease concentrating, since there's nothing left in spike growth. Well then, I'm going to move over here. And line of sight, almost as good line of sight. I'm going to take a shot at this ghoul right here. Sorry, this undead. Silly me saying the name. My bad. Longbow to the attack. That's a 15 for 9 damage. That's going to hit. And sure, I'll put Colossus Slayer on that. For another 10 points of damage, and kills it right at your feet, Adran. And then I'm going to see, how far did I move? I moved 15 feet. 35 total. And then I'm going to take my second shot at the other undead that you're dancing with. That's going to hit for 7 damage. There you go, Adran. As the second one drops at your feet. You are free to move. Of course. Alright, so Thía, you know for a fact that you hid perfectly. No one could have hidden as well as you just did. This undead that has been chasing you turns, looks directly in your direction, moves, and is going to attack.
I'm dodging.
Thank you for reminding me. I mean, you're also hidden, so either way it would have been a disadvantage. So disadvantage, there you are. Let's see if this actually works this time. It worked! I get a 16 to hit you.
Miss.
And then it swings again. 16 again.
Misses again.
Alright. And that's the end of its turn. Thía, it is now your turn. You are
Okay.
hidden.
Okay, so she's gonna go ahead and pull out her short sword.
Fair.
And you said she's hidden,
You are hidden.
so then that's at advantage?
You have advantage on your attack.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
Go for it. 24 is going to hit for 8 and 14. That is 22 points of damage. Nice. Check something. You sink your blade right in this thing's chest. So you just dealt it 22 points of damage, and take a look at his health bar. Didn't go down very far.
No.
What would you like to do next?
Stealth.
Fair. Good stealth. And I assume you would like to move somewhere.
Yeah. Let's move here.
So the sheeting rain just suddenly parts, creating an opening for you as you lunge forward, stab it in its pale chest, and then it wraps around you, masking you from view again, and you quickly sidestep in the direction of Adran and Varin. Beautiful. Alright. Adran, do you hear something above us? And as Varin asks that, with your passive perception and disadvantage in the rain, there's no way you hear this coming. As something swoops down out of the air, going for the bodies on the ground but missing, and instead making an attack against you, sir. I get a 6 to hit, and then I get another nat 20 for 16 damage as a giant vulture stoops down to try and feed. Slamming into you with vicious speed. Did you mark your 16 down? Yes, you did. Thank you, sir. Alright. Adran, it's now your turn. You're going to attack him, I assume with Firebolt. Oh, you're going to move. Okay, that will trigger an attack of opportunity. Yeah, that misses. Alright. Up to you, sir. Go for the attack. An 11 to hit. That misses. Just a bit of rain gets in the way. Your sanguine nonetheless. Its fiery length sizzles and spits and gutters and flickers past the side of this undead. Your extra attack, sir? That's gonna hit for another 11 fire damage. Nice. Alright. And There is another swooping, shrieking cry. Ah, my eyes. Goodness. As another of the giant vultures comes to feed upon the whatever is running on the ground. Both those attacks are going to miss you, sir. Huh. That's unusual. Don't usually see them that size. As Varin calmly takes out another arrow and goes for the attack on the nearest vulture. 14 is going to hit for 12 damage. And then my second shot, same vulture. I get a nat 1. Bummer. The odd thing is that it actually does beat the creature's armor class. But it's a nat 1, so Varin slips a little in the mud. The shot goes wide. Don't like fighting in the rain. Takes a feather. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, in fact, Adran, a little feather just suddenly floats down with it. That it looks like it was parted by an arrow shot, and it slaps you right in the center of your forehead, sticking there. You're welcome. The undead that you just stabbed twice, Adran, looks at you, kind of gives like a whatever expression, steps towards Thía, not that you know where she is, Adran. Thía, you see it step right toward you, staring in your general direction, clearly not actually seeing you, but still zeroing in on your exact location. And it's going to attack you twice. Disadvantage. You get an 18 to hit.
That misses.
Excellent. And a 13, which also misses. By the way, look at that first attack roll. What would have happened if you weren't hidden? Would have gotten a 24 to hit you.
Yeah.
Alright. Thía, your turn.
Okay, the birds are a nuisance. I already have a sword out. I'm pretty sure it can't see me, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack the bird up here.
There. A 24 is going to hit for certain, and that is 25 points of damage. You stab it kind of like that fleshy area just behind the beak, right through the throat. You definitely extra kill it. I'm not sure what extra kill means, but you extra kill it.
And I'm gonna stop.
Fair. I assume you would like to also run. Or are you going to hold position?
I think I'll move here.
Okay. Adran, your turn, sir. Same creature, the undead. Go for it. Burn him! Burn him! A nat 1. You stab into the earth, fortunately not setting the grass aflame. A 24 is a... Oops, sorry, I just hit the wrong button and now I'm reloading my map on my screen. Whoops. A 24 is for certain going to hit, as night deepens around us, for another 13 fire damage. Anything else for you, sir? I don't think you have anything else. Unless there's something you can do with your bonus action. Okay. Squawking in fury, the vulture behind you, sir, is going to peck at you and then scratch at you. Are you kidding me? I get a nat 20. What the flip indeed. For 17 piercing damage, sir. Seeing that happen, Varin is going to attempt to take care of that vulture. Because it's apparent to me that it is causing you severe problems. Oh yeah, that's gonna hit. Colossus Slayer. 2 arrows down. That is 25 points of damage, and the vulture crashes to the ground, quite dead. And then I'm gonna move to here. I have a comp. Should have killed the bird. All right. The undead creature pivots slowly, faces you again, Thea, steps up close and says,
Your blood.
not that you understand it, Thea. Adran, you hear it saying,
Your blood is but the first that shall slake my thirst. Shelf.
and is going to attack you at disadvantage. I believe. Let me double check. 17. Yeah, definitely at disadvantage. I get an 18 to hit and then a 22.
The 22 hits.
I assume you would like to use Uncanny Dodge.
Yes.
So that 12 bludgeoning becomes 6.
Which means I still have 4 temp left.
Excellent. And then the creature howls in ravenous glee at finally hitting your flesh. Your turn, Thea.
Okay, so might as well attack again.
Fair.
Do I still have advantage on it, or?
You do have advantage. You are hidden.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that.
Oh, that's gonna hit for 29 damage. My goodness. Oh, that staggered it.
And then I'll go ahead and stealth.
A nat. Wow.
And then what I think I'm going to do is move here so that we're flanking.
Fair enough.
And it gives Varin a better line of sight.
Fair. Adran, you have advantage on all of the attacks as you flank this creature with Thea. Don't mind if you do either. Oops. Um, 23 is going to hit for 10 damage. Would you like to lay in your extra attack, sir? $27 for a total of 23 damage, 10 and 13. Nice. It is clearly having trouble, but is still standing. Anything else for you, sir? Movement, anything? Or are you gonna hold position? Fair enough. To the north, Varin gives a low whistle and just mutters, "How tough is this thing?" as he draws his bow once more. Both shots are going to hit for 13 extra damage. 6, 6, and 1. 13. Alright. Alright, so now it's the undead creature's turn. It glares down upon you, Thea. Or it would if it knew where you were. So I forgot about that. Darn. Well, I forgot about it, so I'm not gonna do it. Adran, please give me a wisdom saving throw. The undead creature looks back at you, clearly annoyed that you keep stabbing at it, and its eyes burn into your soul as you are suddenly paralyzed. You failed your saving throw. You are paralyzed and for a length of time. Adran, I imagine, is a little shocked at this sudden burning hatred just glaring into you. That was its action. And then it's just going to step around to here. So Adran, you are currently paralyzed. We'll do this one. Alright. Thía, it's your turn. You are hidden.
Okay, might as well try again.
Fair enough. A 20 is going to hit for sure, dealing 21 points of damage. Ouch. Anything else for you?
I'm going to go ahead and hide.
Okay. You feel fairly well hidden. You're not sure what happened to Adran. He just suddenly stopped moving and then didn't respond at all when the creature moved away from him. What would you like to do?
Move here so that you have a clearer sight.
Fair enough. Adran, you are currently paralyzed. You can do little but observe. Varin to the north stares at you, Adran, is like, what's the matter with you? And I'm going to move further east, so that way, unless it moves and survives this next round, it won't hopefully get cover from me. And I'm going to take 2 shots. Oh my word. 20 and 21 to hit.
And that's nice damage too.
Yeah, 27 points of damage. Thía, you watch as Varin's arrows come slamming into its back. It only had 4 hit points. That was kind of ugly. It glares in your direction, and it utters something that you don't understand. Varin, you feel as its body drops to the ground, the paralysis on you end. Your body is freed. You heard it mutter as it didn't die, as it drops to the ground. Adran, you heard it mutter these words in Goblin.
Until we meet again.
Dun dun dun.
And we can exit initiative. Varin's gonna rush over to you, Adran, and kind of like pat you on the back of the head. Are you okay?
They'll come out of nowhere and be like, wow, are you alright?
Stuck in time. Yeah, it kind of just looked at you and you froze. I don't know what happened. So, like what you do with your staff? That bone staff you made? That's encouraging. So I actually kind of meant to do something a couple days ago, Adran. Your sword took some damage. Did you want to take my silver short sword? It's still, pretty good, and I keep dropping it everywhere. well, I mean, until such time as we, can get your silver short sword fixed, it's better than you working with the damaged sword.
Yeah.
And since your other magic sword, since your magic sword kind of, needs you to have magic, and your magic power doesn't last very long, might be a good idea to have a reliable sword. I trust you. You can go ahead and add. Your choice. Do you want to drop your damaged one, or do you want to hold on to it until you can see if you can repair it or not? You're just gonna drop it on the ground? Okay. Varin will pick it up and just kind of stow it away in his pack. I mean, why not? Of course. I mean, I prefer to work with my bow anyways. I mean, when I can. Alright, so. That was really odd.
Yeah, and that one seemed to know where I was regardless of how good I hid. I mean,
I
it couldn't
noticed
hit me
that.
worth the darn usually, but, like...
I mean, it did hit you. I saw, well, I heard that.
Well, once, yeah. Just once.
But yeah, it did not seem to care about whether or not it could see you. Yeah, exactly, Adran. Thea, it was also talking to you. It said that it had found you at last, and right when I killed it, it said, "Until we meet again."
I don't need that kind of dance partner.
I agree.
I don't even know what I did to it to begin with. I mean, this is kind of extreme stalking.
Yeah. Adran has a comment. Agreed. Varin is going to go ahead and spend a first level spell slot for Primeval Awareness. Well, yeah, that figures. I feel the presence of elemental figures.
Yeah.
I don't sense undead.
Well, they're kind of dead again.
True. But I don't sense any undead within 6 miles of us. So there's that. This could be a safe place to rest.
Do you want me to once more try to see what's on the top of that hill?
Sure. If Adran doesn't mind, and Varen's gonna go ahead and yeah, sure, go ahead. Varen's gonna go ahead and I spent 10 arrows in that fight, so I'm gonna recover 5. And I assume you're going to go ahead and check the top of the hill, Thea.
Yep.
Fair enough. The hilltop seems pretty plain, rain-soaked, muddy, but other than that, nothing entirely special.
She'll come down and be like, seems all clear.
I'll go ahead and put all 3 of us up there, so we can rest. So, real quickly, because I put this in the wrong setting. That's what it's supposed to be. There we go. Alright, so, as night falls, we are settling for a long rest. Daylight off. Save. There we go. Adran is taking a quick break, and Varin is going to cast non-detection around our campsite, using my
Okay.
last third level spell slot. Welcome back, sir. Indeed. So, there's some things to do before we go into our long rest. So here is our area of non-detection. Perfect, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so first off, temporary hit points go away. I'm gonna go ahead and set my normal, I'm gonna correct my normal HP. Maximum HP is finally back up to its normal 76. Boy, it's good to see that number again.
I imagine so.
Okay. So, you guys are familiar with the crafting rules for brewing potions and whatnot?
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and make a few more. I'm going to let's see. We have 8 hours. We have all the night, really. So, in the 2 hours before, in the 4 hours before midnight, Varin is going to make from his ingredients. Where is it? Here it is. So it takes 1 hour to create a hack and leaf and 8 hours to brew a heart sand potion.
Okay.
Varin has. Where is it? Heart sand. Not heart sand, hack and leaf. Good grief. For a moment there, I wasn't sure I was in the correct character sheet. That would have been awkward. I seem to be out of hack and leaves. That's odd.
Well, I have 7 hack and leaves, and I have 14 samples of heart sand.
Fair. If you're okay with it, you said you have 7.
Mm-hmm.
If you're okay with it, Varin will try and we'll go ahead and make 4 potions.
Okay, so...
Brews.
Alright, so that leaves me with 3 leaves?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And, of course, he's also going to attempt to make some medicine checks and see if he can stretch those ingredients and make some extra. Excuse me. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. He succeeds only once, so instead of 4, he makes 5 brews.
Okay.
I only have 2 hack and leaves, 1 heart sand, 1 talon sap, and 3 garlic beans.
I have 7... Oh no, I have 3 hack and leaf brews and 1 heart sand, so... How about you, Adran? What are you at? And, of course, I have a lot of garlic beans and some talon sap.
Well, I'm taking the microphone off. So just deal with a little coughing here. Let's see. I have 4 heart sands,
Oh dear.
18 garlic beans, 8 talon saps, 4 mudworm roots, a brown stick, and a mud-covered rock.
I get the feeling he doesn't need many hack and leaf brews.
Yeah. You said you had how many?
I have 8 hack and leaf brews.
Okay, and Varin, you said you had 2? Was it?
2 of 6.
2 of 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why don't you take...
I just made 5 out of 4 5 potion brews out of 4 potions or ingredients, whatever.
Why don't you take 3 and I'll take 2?
Appreciate it. I mean, you could have also 2 and 3 is not 3. 2 and 3 is 5. Silly. You can also take some time during those 4 hours to make your own hack and leaf brews as well. Yeah, I think you said you have 3 left.
Yeah, I think
So
I might use one of the heart sand samples and see if I can make another one.
So you could, like I said, you could also So you can take 3 hours and make 3 hack and leaf brews, and attempt a medicine check or a nature check for each one. See if you can make an extra one. And you can also take a full 8 hours to make a heart sand. And also a nature or medicine check to attempt to make an extra heart sand. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Alright.
So, because Adrian's at full with his hack and leaf brews. What you have 5
of
out of
6.
Okay.
So like I said,
Agent's
you can attempt,
typing.
Yep, you can attempt a medicine or nature check with each brew.
Oh, you're
8
8
of
of
13
13.
hack and leaves.
Oh, wow.
And he's not even touched them. That armor class is working out really well for you.
Okay, so I have 3 left. Well,
It's up to you. And Varin can probably use some foraging over the next couple of travel days to try and find more ingredients.
okay, so I'll go ahead and try and use the third one. Medicine and nature is the same for me, so
So it's whichever you prefer.
I think she's more nature based than medicine based.
Fair enough. That is a success. You make an extra hack and leaf.
What's
Shear.
2
Okay, that does not succeed.
and 3?
You make 4 out of... Oh, spear! So you make 4 instead of 3.
Okay.
Hack and leaf brews. And then you can make 1 more check for the heart sand.
Okay.
That is not a success. You make only 1 heart sand poultice.
Okay.
So you made 4 more hack and leaf brews and 1 more heart sand.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and give...
Adran face palms himself.
I'll give the 2 to Adran and Varin because I'm full up on what I can hold.
Alright. In that case, I have 6 hack and leaf brews. Adran, that means you now have 10 of 13 hack and leaf brews. Nice. Okay. Real quickly, Varin is going to do this. Let's see how this goes. Now that he's no longer, staring down the imminent demise of mummy rot, gulp. There were some comments made back there in that underground chamber where we found the artifact. Let me think. So Varin is going to think back on that.
Okay.
Adran, do you know anything of the tale that Thamior found the information of this artifact in? Sir, you can give me a history check. You're not exhausted, so it's at normal. $19. Nice. So, at Varin's question, you sit back on your heels and think for a bit, and nothing immediately comes to mind. You literally cannot remember if you've read it or if you haven't read it. They just... Interesting. Well, fair enough. I check my pack and make sure that I still have the artifact, which I do. Adran, in the meantime, while Varin checks his pack, you, while we were in that chamber, copied down all the writing that was on the walls and columns. Would you like now to check that and examine what you copied down before you settle in for a long rest? Alright, give me an investigation check, sir. And that one. Oh no. You spend some time just kind of wiping all the water out of your pack and off of your journal. Hopefully it didn't ruin any of the copying. If you want, you can give me one more investigation check. Oh, that's much better. The very first thing you realize is that the writing, as you copied it down, makes no sense at all. And after thinking about it for a little bit, it comes to you the idea that maybe, just maybe, there might be something to do with the structure itself in how you need to go about reading it. You might have to have some form of a physical representation, or if you had the magical talent, maybe even minor illusion, in order to recreate the chamber. And I don't believe you have minor illusion. It's not written backwards, but in order to translate it correctly, you're going to need a physical model or something to represent it, if that makes sense, in order to even have a chance to interpret it. You remember the wall structure, that's true, and you'll be able to use that to make a representation of it. As a way to understand this, effectively, you basically need a map in order to follow what's written. You can give me one more investigation check, by the way. You can use rocks and sticks. If you want, you can give me one more investigation check. Not quite enough, but good try. Okay. So that's something you're going to have some time to work on. Fortunately, you do have, sling rocks. You do have some, I think you have a stick you mentioned, yes? You have a mud-covered rock, you have a brown stick. You can make a model, correct. So while Varin and Thía work on potions, you can spend some time making a model. It's fairly quick, especially with your memory, you're able to put it together in a fashion that you'll be able to take it apart and bring with and reassemble the next night to attempt again to interpret what you wrote down. Make sense? Excellent. Alright, so a couple other quick housekeeping things. Yes, indeed, Legos. Alright, so, because I've been bad about keeping up with this, hold on one second. Okay, so, Varin and Adran now have 59,212 experience points. Adran, can you check and see if you can actually write that into your character sheet? Thía, you now have... what do you mean again? Never mind, I took care of your character sheet. Oh, sorry. The number, I'll put it in the chat. There you go. See if you can adjust your own character sheet real quick. Thea, are you able to adjust your own experience points, or is that something I have to do?
I can try.
All right. Your experience points are now 53,204. Excellent.
It looks like it let me.
Perfect. Okay, so there's that. We are going to take a long rest. So all spell slots and abilities are reset. So to keep myself honest, I just noticed today that while I've been casting non-detection quite frequently, I've been forgetting to consume the material component of diamond dust for it. So I will be going back and double checking how many times I've cast non-detection, and I will correct my diamond dust inventory accordingly. My bad on that. Thank you for the Hack and Leaf Brews, by the way, Thea. I'm finally back up to my full maximum health, and boy, does that feel good.
I bet.
I will move us to the travel map real quick, so we can see how far we have to go before we reach the totem pole, which with Natural Explorer will make it 1 day instead of 2.
Yay!
Varin says you're welcome.
Well,
Thea,
that and we're less likely to be in trouble with them for taking so darn long.
right? Adran, did you want Varin to search out any specific plant ingredients and or use his magic to search them out? You can either let me know now or send it to me in text later, whichever you prefer. 1 moment, fair enough. All right. So, Thea, it seems you've picked up, I hesitate to call it an admirer.
I think that's called a stalker, not an admirer.
Valid. I'm not sure what of anything you just saw. Hopefully nothing. You want me to search out Silvataf? Fair. You can just go ahead and give me a list as you're able. So we seem to have picked up something. Varin still has a curse on him that has definitely introduced complications about where he's gonna go. We had an interesting final fight there. I hope you both had a wonderful time. Thank you both so much for playing. I know we went a little bit over. Sorry, Thea. And yes, Adran, I sincerely hope that you get over your cough. I'm terribly sorry that you had to deal with that. And thank you for keeping as active as you could in the chat. You are a trooper, sir. Good job. I'm going to stop recording on your end. As soon as I find my mouse. There it is. Thank you, fellow adventurers, for joining us once more. Please comment below to vote on what monsters you want to see Adran, Thea, and Varin take on next. You can vote for more than one kind at a time. The Anylosaurus, the giant scorpion, the Manticore, and the Owlbear. Thank you for watching, and I hope we'll see you again next week.